Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Red and Blue News. My name is Nick Philpott. I will shortly be joined by Joel Holyoke as we're going live this evening on this glorious sunny Sunday evening following our victory at the Bet365 Stadium yesterday, and it was gorgeous up there as well. It was wonderful. I'm just going to invite our friends on. Just bear with me a second. I'm waiting to invite my colleagues on, and we're going to have a whole chat this evening with reference to yesterday's victory. We're going to be asking for questions from the audience. We're going to be, there's young Joe. Good evening, Joe. How you doing, mate? For some reason it's saying can't bring Joe on, but we'll wait for him to come and join us in a second. There you go. Just adding Joe. So this evening we're going to be talking about yesterday's victory. We're going to be having questions from the audience. I've got this geezer here sitting alongside me, holding my hand right the way through the show, looking at his lovely draped curtains behind him. Hello, big man. How are you?
Yeah, man, you all right?
Yeah, really good. You enjoying the sunshine?
Yeah, cutting down trees and stuff outside out in the back garden.
So what are you going to swing on? No need for that, was there? There was no need for that at all. So, I say, everybody out there, good evening, welcome. We're going to just do what you want to do this evening. We're obviously going to review the show, the game. We're going to have questions. We're going to be joined later by a certain Carl Davies, or Carl Babs, as he's known on Twitter. Give us his thoughts yesterday, because he went up there and Jill and I didn't. Obviously, I saw it live. Jill's seen the highlights and he's enjoyed it. No doubt. He's going to give us.
No, I saw it live.
Oh, you saw it live?
I saw it live as well. Yeah.
My apologies. So everybody out there that hasn't done so, you know, I ask you every week, please go and give us whatever it is on Twitter. What's the terminology? Is it a like on Twitter? No, follow on Twitter, isn't it? At Red and Blue News 1. Okay. On our Facebook page, please like it. Put all your comments on there. As you can see, iPad's sitting there ready to go, and I'll be looking at all your comments all evening. So anything you want to talk to us about, I've got a whole list of things that I want to talk to Jill about. I think I'm going to kick off the show, if you don't mind, with reference to, and I'm going to just do what Peter Crouch actually tweeted at the end of the show. That stadium yesterday before kickoff was absolutely rocking, and I think it's they've been quick enough to praise the Palace fans, but I'm also going to praise the Stoke fans because they did what they had to do. They had to act as their 12th man. And Peter Crouch's words on Twitter last night, I think, are worthy of note. He said, "Gutted today, not good enough. I have to mention the supporters' reaction at the end was incredible, and it was. They weren't booing; they were genuinely upset. To get behind the team for what you've had to endure this season was a credit. Also, the Palace fans, well, it's very easy to rub our faces in it. They applauded. You were class." Words from Peter Crouch himself. And I think, that's a credit to all the Palace fans that travelled up there. You were immense. The stadium, the Bet365, was really rocking, okay? Yet you could still be heard. There's 40 of you out there already, and we've literally been on there for 2 or 3 minutes. Good evening. Welcome to each and every one of you from all over the world. Jill, before I bring you in, I hope you don't mind, but I've got a couple of little things I've got to do. I've got a very special friend, as you know, over in Canada, Simon Cribbin. He's online now looking at us, so I know he's listening. My friend over there needs a ticket for Saturday for the Lower Holmesdale. My friends in Red and Blue News land, can anybody help me with a ticket for my mate in the Lower Holmesdale? Okay, I mean an awful lot to me. To the point, it means so much to me, that bloke, I'm even going to give up my own ticket for Saturday if nobody else comes along with a ticket. I've also been asked to give a shout out to...
Don't no one else give him a ticket. I want to see if he actually does it.
Mate, I would do it because he is a top fella. And finally, before I bring Joe in, I've also been asked to give a shout out to young Sean Feeney, or Ned as he's known to all of us. Blimey, there's 30 comments on here already. Hang on, I need to turn my iPad down. There is, to young Sean Feeney, who this weekend has spent his entire bank holiday weekend in this glorious sunshine, helping the Cub Scouts, doing whatever he does. Some big jamboree they're doing over at New Allington. So hats off to you, mate, okay? In the background, even though you've got no internet, you've also provided me with lots of stats and information for the show this evening. So don't think I'm not grateful, mate, because I'm very, very grateful.
Well done, Ned.
Yeah, well done, Ned. And Grant Saunders has just messaged me saying there are tickets available, Simon Cribbin, as you're watching, there are tickets available for Saturday's game on Twickets. That's Twickets. So have a look on there, mate. Let me know how it comes on, okay? Looking at all your comments already. Fantastic. Great to see you all. Well, we travelled up there. Hope rather than expectation, didn't you think, Joe? Or did you actually think we were going to get something out of that game?
Oh, unbeaten in 7 against them. So I thought we'd win 3-2. I knew there'd be the odd goal in it, but I thought there'd be goals because I thought they'd have a little bit more attacking intent than they did. But is what it is. 2-1, 3-2. I'll take whatever result. But also, it literally guaranteed our safety. Not guaranteed our safety. I think we were safe anyway. But I mean, mathematically. So it was very. It was a job well done, and it's as Patrick Van Arnold said after, it's never really nice sending someone down, but unless you're a Charlton fan when you send us down. Yeah. But
well, they've got no class.
It's a season. It's over a season. And this season, I think they played. They've got a few decent individuals, and that's what they did. They played as individuals. So, and as Matthew Everington said on the broadcast I was watching, he said they're much the same as ours. Really, their policy of bringing players in has been woeful for the last 18 months. I wouldn't say ours has been woeful, but it's been as it's not been fantastic, But yeah, I mean, and he said they paid the price. So
right, okay. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to swear on here. Okay. What you can't see is a couple of messages. Okay. The first one came from Grant Saunders, and it wasn't on our chat. He said, "I've given up my cinema tickets to watch you tonight. So smile, you miserable bastards." So let's give it a smile, Jill, shall we? And also, Jordan J. Wavy Butler. I worked there and may be able to get one without a member thing. Add me. Jordan, I'm going to do that after the show. Simon, if you're watching, the Red and Blue family are already paying dividends for you, mate. Evening, sir. Leslie, hi, mate. Leslie Fuller actually messaged me earlier, or put a message on the page before I talk about the next subject, Jill. And he wants to know where I'm going to meet and what time I'm going to be up at Selhurst on Saturday so we can meet up, okay? Leslie, and I told you that you can only find the answers to that by tuning in tonight, okay? So he's tuned in tonight. So the most important thing I can do is, Leslie, I will meet you outside the fan zone. I will be there at 1 o'clock. If you're going to be any later than that, message me and tell me. Good evening to everybody that said good evening. There's loads of you on there. Ian Blackmore, Simon Philpott. Pray for Feeney, Sean said. You're a weirdo. Now, I want to talk about Shaqiri in a minute, okay? But before we do that, I stumbled across something on the eagles.cpfc.co.uk site yesterday afternoon, and it would appear that Red and Blue News have got to it first. Did you see the tweet or the message that I tweeted out about Patrick Van Aanholt yesterday afternoon, Jill?
Yeah, but it's a right load of bollocks.
It's a right load of bollocks, and we're not allowed to swear. Hey! Now, look.
I'm here all week.
I'll tell you what. I am so chuffed with the 7,500 views on Twitter. How do you judge whether something's gone viral or not? I mean, 7,500 views.
Get a footballer swearing. That's all you need to do.
And I think we did it, didn't we? It's been picked up by so many people and retweeted by so many people all over the world. And I know it has been all over the world, including, in fair play to them, 5-Year Plan even retweeted it because they thought it was amusing. What made me laugh is, bless his heart, Chris Grierson didn't even hear him swear. Okay, it was only that I was listening to the interview recorded that I actually picked up on it and put it out. So it's been all over our page. We've had a couple of hundred views on the page, 7,500 hits on there. I thought it was quite amusing. You know, fair play to him. You could tell that was absolute passion. And I don't know about you, but in my opinion, that guy's turning into a proper loved Crystal Palace player. Don't you think?
Yeah, because he's fulfilling a bit of potential. I think he's enjoying his football as well, isn't he?
Oh,
he's enjoying his football. We're enjoying him. It's a marriage made in heaven at the moment. So, but yeah, no, he's. I mean, how many times do we have a left back in a position to score where we would be thinking Benteke should be standing? Really? Yeah, It's amazing. Amazing.
We'll come back to his goal later on. Ian Lyons has answered my question. He said to me, if you get a rash, it's viral. Okay, so he's already signed. We are less than, 10 minutes into the show. Lyons 550 is having a go. Good lad, good lad. Right, okay, where do you want to start tonight, Gel? I don't mind. Do you want to start with remaining fixtures? I'll tell you what, I'll ask you a question. Go on.
No, go on. I was going to say, get your notes out. Go on,
I've
fire
got loads of notes, mate. If you could see Phil Potts' studio here, okay, I've literally got bits of paper strewn all over the place. Where are we going to end up? Okay, so we are currently sitting in 11th, but by my mathematics, if all the results went against us, we could end up as low as, I believe it's Huddersfield. Oh, no, West Ham, down in 15th. So where do you think we're going to finish? And the 57 of you out there, hello to every one of you.
I'd like to finish. Can we actually finish 10th?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'd like to see us. I'd like to see us on the first page.
Well,
so
Newcastle.
That would be nice.
So who are above us? I am just referring to my notes. So,
Leicester, Newcastle.
No, it's Newcastle, the only ones that we can catch, I believe. Just excuse me a second.
Can't catch Leicester, can we?
No. So, just to be sure, Leicester are currently sitting in 9th place on 44 and we can't catch it. Oh, we can catch Leicester. No, I'm not too sure about their goal difference. Then directly above us are Newcastle on 41, us on 41, Bournemouth on 41, Watford on 41, Brighton on 40, and so it continues, okay?
If we smash West Brom and if we smash West Brom and Newcastle get beat, I think it's a +2 goal difference now, isn't it, with us and Newcastle?
Right, thank you, Gary. Gary Cavalli has said that Newcastle have Chelsea and Tottenham, and they're in 10th. So Newcastle, and he's quite right, they've still got 2 more to play. Leicester have still got 2 more to play, and we've got 1 more to play. Yes, we can. If Spurs beat Newcastle 3-0, we go 10th on Wednesday, says Colin Squires Senior. Colin, my name is Nick and not Phil. Check your tweet earlier, buddy. Okay, you got it wrong. But you would... Richard Harvey, good evening.
Did he call you Phil?
Oh, mate,
how many... Phil Pot?
I'll get called Phil Nick Pot. But I wouldn't mind £1 for every time I've been called Phil in all my lifetime. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you bunch of toe rags on a Sunday evening. I'll be laying on a beach in Barbados somewhere, but there you go. So Phil Nick Pot, you can call me from now on. I'll answer to it all. Right, okay, so atmosphere, about 365, I think we kick off with yesterday. I thought that rendition of Delilah, that's awe-inspiring, isn't it? I reckon we ought to nick that for next season, if I'm honest, because they're not going to be around. So what do you think?
Well, it always sounds better when they've got those speakers there that make the bass sound a lot louder.
But even after kick-off, when the music stopped, okay, when the music stopped and the players in the... They've got
microphones. That's the thing about Stoke. They've been sussed out. It was sussed out a couple of years ago. They've got microphones in the stands, and when they sing it, it sounds louder.
See?
So, I mean, if you think about the acoustics, they've got a huge corner, completely missing out the whole grounds.
Yeah.
If the acoustics go round one way, they go straight out and down the high street, scare the life out of people shopping. It goes out the other side, goes into someone else's back garden across the road.
Ladies and gentlemen out there, you wonder why we are so good. Well, that's the reason, because I never heard that before, and that's why we have Jill Holyoke with us, because he's the font of all knowledge. Right, okay, so...
It's not that. That's what you need to have. That's why they make the stadiums all... Because what you need is our stadiums go into corners. That way the noise bounces. If you have curved stadiums, like, I don't know, Wembley, Arsenal, the noise it dissipates as it goes round unless everybody joins in. So... But no, I mean, they are passionate up at Stoke. I'll give them that, but they got sussed out a couple of years ago about the speakers and the microphones and the speakers. So I'm not having that.
Right. So
anyway,
John,
talking about a championship side, should sound good at Burton away next year.
Are you watching all the comments that are going through, Jill?
I can't really see them.
Okay. Well, John Ellicott is laughing at Phil Crackpot. Okay. So now Phil Crackpot. Pump up the volume, guys, a bit, please. Pump up the volume. Can you not hear it, Leslie? No, there's nothing wrong with my volume. Can you hear me all right, Jill? Don't do that to me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I tell you. But very good, I've got to tell you.
I can hear you, yeah, don't worry.
Oh, very, very good. Okay, so, Stephen R thinks we need to have a better sound system, just 2 car parks. There's no shops around Stoke Stadium. Yeah, okay, yeah. And John Gill says, Nick, actually, I will be on the beach in Barbados next week. Well, John, if you're on the beach in Barbados next week, can I have your ticket for Simon Krebin in Canada? Because I need a ticket, mate, as you know. Anybody out there, Nick needs 1 ticket for the Lower Holmesdale next week. Please get in touch. So Palace.
If he hasn't been there before, go to Oystins, which is a fish market, buy some scraps at the end of the day, and then go out through onto the pier and feed the manta rays and stuff. Amazing place. I went there. It's a lovely place.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've now tuned into Judith Chalmers on the left here, okay? Okay, so Palace's achievement of staying up after losing their first 7 games, in brackets, without scoring a single goal in the process, is not only unique in the Premier League history, but Hodgson's men are the first top-flight team in England to pull off this feat since Liverpool achieved it in 1899 to 1900 season. And before one of you bastards out there says it, no, I didn't see the football that season, okay? Right, okay. So Palace made a couple of attempts just going on to the highlights of the game. So they're talking about, somebody else has mentioned on here, the thunderous rendition of Delilah from their supporters. They looked nervy in the early stages. Would you agree with that, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk your thoughts on the first half.
But they're going on. You know, we've been there. You know, we've been there, and you just got to keep singing. That's all you got to do. Just keep singing, and you know, it's down to the players then to be inspired by their own fans. So is that your message to our fans, Joe? Do you want to get in the middle of the picture a little bit, mate? I can only see one of your eyes. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Let me turn it around a little bit. So is that your message to the Palace faithful for the next Saturday? Because I understand they're doing the red and blue news, the red and blue balloons next week. So is that your message to the Palace fans? Well, we do anyway, don't we? I thought we did anyway. So it's pretty much a given. It's pretty much a given at Sellers Park. I mean, what we can see. This is the thing about next week, right? Yep. Next week can have a bit of a party. Yep. Because we ain't going down. It's a nice change, isn't it? To be able to celebrate. It's a great feeling. It is. I'm so pleased. It is. I'm so pleased. And, you know, I'd say the other thing. Are the HF going to do a display this year? Sadly, I don't. No? From the best of my knowledge, I don't think they are. Oh, okay. So we'll have to take some balloons in. So we'll have to do the red and blue balloons bit. Okay. So before I move on to the actual game, Jay, I just want to... Anything in the chat? Nigel Crouch is telling me we're playing Sunday. Is it Sunday? Oh, the whole league, the whole of the Premier League is Sunday at 3 o'clock. I'm so sorry. Grant Saunders got 600 of both colours apparently already. So get on there. Grant, on this page, put up that link you put up on your own page the other day, so everybody can see where you got your balloons from. Because let's make it a great atmosphere. Nigel, thank you for your. Nigel up north, he said, Nick, we're playing Sunday. My absolute apologies, everybody. You're quite right. I've got it in my head that we're playing Saturday. Why have I done that? It's always Sunday, isn't it? Ben Ellicott's asking a question, okay, and it's normally dribble, as you know, but this particular one, so Ben Allen, has any other team relegated 3 teams in a calendar year? There you go. So, eBay for the balloons, says Ian Lyons. Thank you, Ian. Dan Simmons says, because you're a dick, Nick. Okay. Yeah, he's a poet and he doesn't even know it. Thank you. So, does he know you? Who, Dan Simmons? Yeah. Clearly he knows me too well, doesn't he? Look at that. There's 63 of you out there. So, right, talk me through the bit, what I can only describe as a bit of a boring first half. Well, it was just a sort of weathered I wouldn't say it was a storm, but we just weathered their limited attacking intent. But we had a bit of luck a couple of times, but I thought we were pretty comfortable. I think that is just the way that Hodgson plays now. I think he likes to stifle and then and obviously we're probably, if we haven't got the fastest, we're up there with the fastest attack. Where we literally can counter as good as anybody now. And what we're doing is we're countering with. You said it's just countering with 2 or 3. We're countering with 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So I was just watching the match of the day highlights, and
I'm watching them now.
For one of the attacks, we were 5 on 4.
Yeah.
So that's massive. That really is.
That just shows you how we've changed during the season. And I think, listen, I've got my notes here for the game, but I want to talk. Let's just talk openly. Everybody, I'm talking to you, not just Gel. I want to know what your thought process was on the manager when he was appointed, and your thought process on the manager now. And Grant Saunders, before you answer that, Grant's just told me the link to the balloon page is up on the Red Blue News. So have a look at that in a minute. Thank you, Grant. So your thought process on the manager when he was appointed, were you inspired or not? And what's your thought process now?
No, I wasn't inspired. I never see him do anything apart from Fulham. In all honesty,
yeah,
he to me he just looked like all I was praying for. And this is because everything always happens to us. It always happens to us first. The stuff that happens to Palace before it ever happens to any other team. And all I thought was he's so old. I hope he don't die in the dugout. I just, with the stress and everything, I was so. But I can't even say inspired. When you don't know anything about you're ignorant about someone.
Yeah.
Until they take your interest and you become Palace manager, he takes my interest. Then you do a bit of digging and find out that the guy is multilingual. Anybody that speaks more than 2 languages for me is pretty much genius. You have got to be clever to speak 2 languages, yet alone 3. I think he might speak 4, 5, something like that.
Yeah.
But
and he's fluent in those as well.
Exactly. But the other thing as well is, which has been overlooked, is that what I now know about football and the footballers, as in the golden generation that came together, that he basically had a hand in, were that they didn't play for the team because they didn't want to be part of a team. They didn't want to gel as well as what we would have liked them to do because they didn't want to get close to each other to reveal, as Lampard and Ferdinand have admitted as much in interviews, that they didn't want to get talking and then give out secrets about their club football. So they literally were playing football as teammates, but they were almost enemies, which was a little bit. But anyway, so I felt a bit sorry for him when I found out that. But getting to where we are from where we were to where we are. I mean, he did lose his first 3 games as well without scoring a goal. Yep. Straight away, he's under massive pressure. That we go 7-0. We've got 7 and 0s all over the places, apart from right at the very end where his goals conceded.
Yep.
To do that has been pretty much miraculous. I've never tried and see things through red and blue spectacles these days, but I'm telling you now, he absolutely has to be manager of the year. I'm not having this Guardiola thing. I'm not having Pochettino. I honestly don't care. The budgets of those teams take them away from us. I think the manager of the year should never come from the top 4 because their budgets, City, United, Liverpool, Spurs, they're all in the hundreds of millions.
Do you think I can ask a favour, Joe? Because you raise a great point, okay, and I love it that you've managed to bring the subjects up. I'm going to ask Ben Allen, who's listening, obviously one of our admin mod boys. Ben, could you put that link back up on the page, please? Because Joe's just raised a cracking point about Roy Hodgson, Manager of the Year, and I know there is a vote out there for Manager of the Year somewhere. Could I kindly ask that you go and find that link for us and put it up on the page? And the favour I'm asking is to 66 other people that are out there. Guys, if you're watching this, could I ask you sometime this evening, just jump on the link that Ben will put up, okay? And actually, I presume, agree with what Jill just said, because I certainly will, and I certainly agree. It's interesting to see what everybody else has said, Jill, because Adam Monk said, I always knew Roy would do well, full of experience. Stephen Isles is saying, I always had faith in staying up. Guys, I love your confidence, but like Jill, I didn't. Okay, I was concerned that we were employing a bloke. there's not that many people left on this planet that are older than me. Okay, but Roy Hodgson clearly is, and I wasn't that confident. And I have to say, I'm happy to put my hand up to say I was wrong. So, he is to be, and I'd love to see somebody other than the big names, as you quite rightly just said, Jill. Somebody else get manager of the year, and there's nobody else in the division deserves it. God, we're mid-table and safe.
I know. It's quite bizarre, but as much as we give credit to him, the two people standing beside him,
Stephen Reid
and Lewington, amazing. I mean, I know Stephen from a long time ago, and as a player, I never liked him. As a person, I never liked him. But whatever he's done in football, he's matured and he's grown up, and he obviously has the experience, because there's no way he'd be sitting to the right of Hodgson, to the right of Lewington, then he must be doing something right, and what they've done, the three of them, is to turn around a team that were catastrophic. I'm not going to say catastrophically bad, because I don't think we were catastrophically bad. We were just hit by the unprecedented amount of injuries.
Yep.
But still, we're supposed to have had a squad of 25 when I think we actually only had 23.
I think it's 24.
We bolstered it to 24. I still don't think we've got 25 now. I think we've only got 24 now. But anyway, I know we were short on, and then of course the players that we had coming in to cover were, like a 36-year-old centre back who cannot play in the Premier League anymore. As much as I love him, Delaney is not, But I think what he's done as well, he's sussed out the deadwood.
We're going to cover off some transfers in a minute, Jill. Okay, later in the show, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about transfers. I was talking about when he came out in the press and turned around and said that he gave that team that played against Bristol City, that was their chance to earn a place in the first team.
And they all blew it.
And there aren't many of those players that played that game that are still playing now. There aren't many of those. Ben that have even taken part in.
Ben has very kindly put that link up. You'll see it there between Adam and Stephen's comments, guys. Click on that link for me, please. Just go on there. Roy Hodgson.
I can see Graham O'Neill, and he said Roy, Houghton and Dyche should all be in line for manager of the year. And I make you completely right. Dyche, I mean, he must be the most... Dyche reminds me of Pulis, where his man management is just superb. His organisation is superb. Yeah. The people that stand next to him are superb as well. So he's almost a little bit old school. You just imagine that if the players go in at half time and they're not doing the right stuff, that he wants to fight them.
Sure.
I just think, it's probably a little bit old school, but I mean, that's why, to be honest with you, he would never, I don't think Dyche would ever do it at Chelsea or Man United, because the players are just too precious. The players run everything at these big clubs, and when they don't want a manager or even other players playing with them, if someone rocks the boat in their camp, then generally they're gone.
Yeah.
So sometimes you see massive transfers going out, and you think, Christ, and why have they sold him? And I mean, pretty much it was John Terry and a few others that used to get rid of the managers at Chelsea.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I think Roy has to be considered. If he isn't considered, then then for me, the quicker that Super League comes along, gets rid of all them top 4, top 6, and gives us back English football, the better. So.
Okay, right. So let's just cover off a couple of bits in the first half, because there wasn't a great amount to talk about. The first one was Loftus Cheek's curler.
Is that his Chinese cousin?
Loftus Cheek. In actual fact, you talk about pronunciations. Somebody just asked on here, have we gone? I mean, I was going to talk about the first half, but somebody just asked on here, have we gone past a bit with Roy as opposed to Roy? Do you think he's now earned our respect, that we can cut out the Roy and stick with Roy? Do you think that's the right thing?
Yeah, I mean, you don't see it about that much, do you? Apart from some of the, there are still people out there that don't like him, that will call him that. But it's just picking on someone's speech impediment. It's just up there with, I don't know, it's like casual racism. Is it? Would that be? I know it's not on a par, but it'd be like taking the mickey out of someone who had one leg shorter than the other. Like my mate Stumpy. So no, he's actually got one leg.
Where did you get that from?
He's actually got one leg. No, he has got.
Oh, he's a real person.
He lost his leg in a motorbike crash, and we call him Stumpy. But he won't answer to anything else.
And it's opened up a discussion on there. Simon says, he'll always be Roy. Okay, that's Simon Daly. Simon Cribbin says, no more Roy. Okay, and then Simon's come back and says he loves the bloke really. Okay, so Loftus-Cheek's chance, bent one in, right hand, just went wide of the right hand upright. Good mood. Should he have scored? Should he have passed it?
Oh. No. This is the thing, right? But at the beginning, for the first 20 games of the season, I bet someone probably has that stat about the amount of shots we had. Now we've got people taking pot shots and people going, "Oh, he should have passed." It's just he had every right. He beat the two or three players, cut inside, had every right to hit that, and it only just went past the far post. I've looked at it a few times as it happens, and it was probably 2 foot inside, and that was going in the top corner as much as Shaqiri's free kick. So,
which we're about to come on to. So I'm just actually putting the highlights back on as we're talking. So Stoke's best effort before the goal came from a
header.
It was down on their left from Shaqiri onto Juve's head, and he put it wide. So your thoughts on that?
Well, if it was if it was Benteke or anyone else, you would say that he should score, or he should at least get it on target. But like I said, the story of their season, isn't it? Really, golden opportunity, and duffed it up. So
duffed it up. Okay, so then onto their goal. So my note said goal from Loftus-Cheek messing about on the edge of our area. On Shaqiri. Shaqiri wins the free kick. He'd scored 9 out of his 14 goals came from outside of the box. Stupid place, in my opinion, for him to foul him. Deflects off Loftus-Cheek in the wall. Okay, your thoughts? And I've just seen it again. I'm literally watching it.
He beat the first man on the turn, touched it too far.
Yeah.
Beat the second man, but only because he stretched to move the ball. And then Shaqiri comes in, and to be honest with you, you just have to look at him, don't you? Anywhere outside the area with him. If you watch it and watch it in slow-mo, super slow-mo.
I'm watching it now.
You'll see that he was actually going down.
He was going down, but in fairness...
Loftus-Cheek has put his hand on his shoulder.
He has. He's pulled it back.
His hand on his shoulder. No, it's a free kick. You go, if it was us, if it was Wilf, you go, it's a free kick all day long. So it was a free kick. It just happened to be that it was like probably the worst 2 minutes of Loftus-Cheek's season. Where, he's having a pretty decent game, and then he gives away, he gets caught out. He's trying to be a little bit too flamboyant, gets caught out, gives away the free kick. The free kick's taken. It hits him on the head. I mean, to be honest with you, from the angle that I've looked at it, I don't think Hennessy was rooted. He was planted.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because people out there disagree with the great Jill Holyoke. Gary Dowtree, Hennessy had it covered. Glenn Fossey said it was going straight down Hennessy's throat. And Joel's going to disagree with you.
But that don't matter, does it?
I've got to tell you. Did you see some of those tweets out there actually slagging Hennessy off for letting that go in? He was nowhere near it. He was like, I don't know, how big the...
Who said that?
Oh, it's tweets.
I didn't see any tweets of that. I'm telling you now, it would have been... Dean O'Hara just said Jules would have saved it.
I love you guys, but you're all...
You're tape on. Yeah, listen, it's one of them things. They jumped, but I'm sure... Did Shawcross... I thought Shawcross not punched, but pushed RLC and actually stopped him getting up as high as what he wanted to be, what he wanted to do. I'm sure that I'd have to look at it again. But anyway, it was decent. But it's what he does, isn't it? It's what Shaqiri does. I mean, as much as your opinion can change of him, because of what he did later on in the game.
Yeah.
I always said that he is a good player, and on his day, he is almost unplayable.
Okay,
short.
you've actually just preempted my next question. Shaqiri alongside Benteke, discuss.
No.
Really? Would you not have him in your team?
Would I have him in my side?
Yeah.
In place of who? Puncheon, yeah. Loftus-Cheek? No.
Really?
MacArthur? No. Goodbye? Probably. The thing is, he's going to cost us 6 figures, and he ain't worth it. His work rate going forward is great. His work rate going back is 0. So no way.
Shaqiri for Johan asks Andrew Adams. Good evening, Andrew.
Well, that's what I just said. I just answered that. I just said, look, yeah, but if you want to pay 6 figures, so I'm pretty sure that we can get someone. He does have a temperament problem, without a doubt, but not so much. I mean, we saw the worst side of him, where that tackle that assault on RLC, because he tried to do it, missed, and then did it.
Sadly, nothing will ever come of that because he's already been booked for it.
Well, yeah, that's unfortunate. I think Peters might be in trouble because as RLC was going down, his forearm smashed him, and I think the club should be making more of that. I mean, that could have that did him. That was naughty. That was. But anyway, I just.
Somebody's asked me a question a second ago. If you don't mind me looking, okay. And forgive me. Oh, here it is, Lee Gilbert. Lee's asked a question, and it actually answers something I actually private messaged Steve Parrish today. I just wanted to congratulate him and everything else. I actually asked him on the show. I didn't tell anybody on the team. But I actually asked him on the show tonight, and then Lee Gilbert just asked the question why he never responded. A, because I'm a tosser, but B, he then asked the question, any idea why Parrish flew straight to France after the game? Well, I've got no idea. Have you?
No, not at all.
Sorry, Lee, can't answer your question, mate. I don't know either.
Flew to France. I didn't know he'd flown to France.
No, neither did I. So, but it answers my question as to. Apparently, Alfonso Greenbook says Shaqiri has a €14 million relegation clause in his contract. And Ian Lyons has asked another question. Then, Jill, if you wouldn't take Shaqiri, here's another Arnautovic.
No. Never.
You haven't seen what he's said underneath it. It'd be interesting to see if you agree with Ian. So why?
Arnautovic?
Yeah.
Oh, because he just doesn't suit our team. We are a hard, we got a hard working side. There's no doubt he's a good player, but you can't have good players in your side. What we need as a club is we need good players for the whole game, not players that are just a little bit of flair,
bit part players,
and playing 10 minutes. I bet honestly, I would bet a penny to a pound that Arnautovic, his total gameplay wouldn't amount to more than 5 minutes a game. I'm telling you now.
So because you can't see it, I'm going to tell you what Ian said. Disruptive. And if we're building a team ethic, in other words, what he's actually saying is we wouldn't entertain him because of the team ethic that we've got at the moment.
Yeah, I'd make that right.
Yeah, I'd make
that right. Yeah, without a doubt. I think what we've done, we've had a couple of players come in, going back to players like Jimmy Kebby, who come in. I remember speaking to Parrish about it, and he always said that when he looked at Jimmy Kebby when he played with Leeds, and he said, I remember him saying, he said, if ever I get a chance to buy him, I'm going to buy him. And literally, that chance come up. I watched him walk through. He said, that's not him, is it? And anyway, it was him. And later that night, we bought him, and he was dog for us.
He was.
Yeah, he was proper.
Do you think we got? Sorry.
So I don't know what it was about him. I know he had a terrible attitude, and we've had a few players over the years that have had. You get sussed out, don't you? You get sussed out by the fans, and then you get sussed out by, because the club go after you now. like I say, if you run and run and run, and you just play, you play for the club, you play for us, you play for the club in a way that we want, then you get your own song.
Right,
That's it. That's the thing about Palace. You always know when you've pretty much made it at Palace because you get a song. So
you get a song. I wonder if I'll ever. I wonder if they'll ever sing a song about me. Richard, I know you're watching. Richard Kingdom. I need you to make up a song on Saturday about Philpot or Nick. What is it? Phil Nickpot or something along that. I don't care. Right. So I'm now watching the second goal. Will picks up the ball in the centre circle. He spots a run from to Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek sees the overlap, and in his stride, Jimmy Mack slides it home. He didn't even take a touch. Tell me about that goal. What do you think? Beautiful move.
Well, I'll tell you what Wilf, I'm pretty sure that now Wilf, because he's everywhere. Did it show a heat map? I didn't watch the end.
I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it.
I'd like to have seen a heat map of Wilf because he played. It was almost like a number 10 yesterday. It was like a number 10. It was like a 9, 10, and 11 yesterday. He played everywhere. But his ball was what we would want a 10 to be doing.
Yeah.
Going forward in the middle, picking out a runner, and then what's fantastic is Jimmy Mack. But if you slow that play down,
I'm watching
and look at it from the camera behind the goal, you see RLC, and he knows that Jimmy Mack is just about to go past him, and then lays him in. And the thing is, Shawcross is going backwards, and he can't make up his mind whether RLC is going to stop cutting and then hit with his right, or whether he's going to lay Jimmy Mack in. And by the time he lays him in, it's all too late. He had about 18 inches to aim at the far post. You have a look from where he hit it past the goalkeeper, who got down quick enough.
Yeah, only just. It was about that much inside the post.
Yeah, it went past his foot, and it went in, like you say, that bit in between the post and the net.
Isn't that 14 inches?
Yes.
Oh yeah, thank you. Quite right. Okay, so.
In your asses.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's 65 of you. Welcome to the Red and Blue review show with me, Nick Philpott and Joel Holyoke. You're watching the Red and Blue News. We love having you on. It's 60, 70 degrees out there, yet we are blessed with your company. So thank you for joining us all over the world. I'm very
number
grateful.
5, I think, as well. That was the 5th goal for Jimmy Mack as well.
Was it
for his season? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we covered that off. So Zaha had a chance, a great move down the left involving Andros. Good ball in from Andros to Wilf, and with his left foot, Rose Ed. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, it was just.
Can we forgive him for that? I think we can, can't we?
Well, there was a little bit of a bobble as well.
I'm looking right now. I'm watching Andros' left foot.
I was just
right on the centre spot.
I was a little bit, with the Stoke fans when they all stood up and went, they give it all out, and I thought, yeah, all right.
Calm was coming.
You keep having a go, exactly. Yeah, you keep having a go, but yeah, I mean, he's been fantastic. We can excuse him the odd miss, surely.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, listen, it weren't Murray. It weren't Murray standing 2 yards out against us, was it?
No.
In the 91st minute. So it don't matter.
Okay, so right, PVA's goal, and it's coming up any time now. There was an RLC chance where he blazed over the bar as well. So we could, I mean, at that stage we could have been.
It was good work. Yeah, he peeled off of the centre back.
Yeah,
gave himself enough room to blast it when really. He should have squared it. If he'd have squared it, Wilf was in. We had 2 players over, I think, but yeah. Wilf was definitely in. But I think the play was to, he had the room to have a go. He gave himself enough time, and so he deserved that chance. I thought he was good.
PVA's goal. So again in the centre circle, Wilf picks it up, plays it out. Loftus-Cheek plays it up out wide to Zaha. Zaha pokes it through, it clatters into Shawcross the donkey, puts it into the path of PVA, he just slots it
we had 2 runners. There was 2 runners there. I can't remember who it was.
Loftus-Cheek.
So Loftus-Cheek and PVA going for the same ball. So what we've got is our left back basically playing at like number 9. And it was just, that's what I'm saying. It was Wilf again playing like a number 10. It's quite bizarre how he has almost become multifunctional from us. He's a winger. He can be a forward. He's now he's now playing like a number 10.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I saw a fantastic tweet. I saw an absolutely fantastic tweet yesterday. I can't find it on my phone because I'm using a phone now. But obviously, it basically he said was that I hope Stoke score. This is 2 hours before the game. I hope Stoke score first. That we equalise and somehow Shawcross messes up or whatever, or scores an own goal for the.
That's
for
what
us
it was.
to win
His own
2-1
goal. I remember you saying, yeah.
In the 90th minute or something like that, and it was, you think, Christ, that is really spooky.
Should have put some money on it. Can you believe? Can you believe we've been going for 3/4 an hour? Right. I just want to go back to the chat, if I may, because we have been. Russell Baker's Nick Philpott can't park a car. I don't know what that's all about. And a young lady, it was Mandy, I think.
Well, he's obviously seen you driving, hasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, Mandy says, okay, can we just cover this off? Mandy's asked a great question, and this is for all 60 of you listening. Mandy has asked a question. Are you going to be doing live chats during the World Cup? Right. Okay, let's cover that off now if we can. First of all, we will be doing an end-of-season show. Okay, obviously we've got the West Brom game next week, so we've done a review on that. We'll do a review. Yeah, we'll do an end-of-season review. Okay, we are going to be doing during the summer a transfers in and transfers out show, not a deadline show, because we're also going to be doing a deadline show in answer to Mandy Brown.
Are we?
Oh yeah, we're doing.
Oh, that's good.
Deadline day, and we've done it for the last couple of days, and it was really, really good. I'll tell you, we had so much fun. In fact, we were on air. This is John, myself, Ben, and Sean. I think was it last year or maybe the year before? We ended up, because I was doing it from work. We were basically updating people all day, and we got so many nice comments about it. We will do a deadline day show as well. And in answer to Mandy's question, now it's all to do with the internet out there, Mandy. We are very blessed that Carl Davies is going out there. He's going out there for his own benefit, but we've now kiboshed him into being the Red and Blue News correspondent, World Cup correspondent for us. And the plan is that we are going to do some live shows. Yes, we are. And it's internet dependent. We've got internet and 4G and Wi-Fi and all that garbage, whatever it is. So, yeah, the plan is that we will be on. We're not going to be on air every week. Okay, we need a break. In fact, I might even have a break next week. I might even be going away after the West Brom game. So we'll see how that goes.
I think he's going to do a video diary, isn't he?
And he's also going to do a video diary as well. So we're going to see how it goes. But the answer to your question is, please watch out for all your socials, because we'll put it up there. We'll plug it and everything. So, because this show, as always, is bugger all.
Live. Carl's just said live from a Moscow hospital. Yes.
Very good, Carl.
Well done.
Yeah, as long as you don't wear that stupid baseball cap. By the way, the font of all knowledge, which is Carl Davies, will be joining me, well, in a little while. I don't know, we haven't even finished the end of the game yet. Right, okay. I want to end the talking about the actual game itself, Gel, about, well, the assault. Okay, I could now switch off for a minute, guys, because you don't need me. This is over to Gel Holyoke about the assault on Loftus-Cheek.
Well, like I said earlier, I just, RLC had the ball tight to in front of the managers. And you see Shaqiri come up behind him. You watch him, he's sort of hopping with his left leg in the air, and he tries to do him. He tries to do it, misses, and then does him in this, in the hopping forward motion. So it's not even like he did it and then thought, he went after him to do it. He got a yellow for it when, to be honest with you, I'm telling you now, if that was VAR, he would have gone. Yeah. But what I was more annoyed was that Eric Peters, I think his name's Eric Peters, but anyway, Peters came through at exactly the same time as he's on his way down, and forearm smacked literally WWF. That should, for me, that was in the same movement. Oh, right, okay. Watch it back, mate. It is, seriously, if the club can't, I'm sure we can do something, because the referee hasn't put Peters for it. And the other thing was as well, is that he'd had a yellow already, Peters. That would have been him gone. Yeah. So Shaqiri should have gone, and Peters could have gone as well in the same they're missing too much. I mean, that literally is the guy is trying to play his way into a World Cup side, and he's trying to. I don't think he can pretty much injure him. You know, from there, unless you're deliberately trying to snap someone's Achilles. But you know, you can cut them. You've got no protection around the back of the back of your, you know, the back of your calves. So, and if he's wearing blades, you know, it's just, that was shocking. That was absolutely shocking. And I can't believe even though referees give a foul for that, you know, that he can't be overruled for a straight red. I don't get the rules in football sometimes. They're quite bizarre. But I'll be pissed if Peters doesn't get retrospective action, because they're just bullies. He's a bully. All he did all afternoon, that Peters, was go after us. You know, just literally kicking.
But it wasn't just him. I actually felt that there was some. I could understand the referee wanted to let the game flow a little bit. But
who's the centre midfielder? The centre midfielder, he could have gone off.
Who was the
their centre midfielder? Can't remember his name.
Joe Allen.
You said him.
Endine.
No. Yes, he could have gone.
Endine, yeah.
You know, he could have had a second yellow, and the referee bottled that. I mean, there was they have a serious disciplinary problem.
Also, that Moritz Bowyer got a yellow. Glenn Johnson got a yellow.
Do you know what? Tony Nichols has said weak refereeing and weak linesman. Well, funny enough, that lino is the one that I'd seen twice at Selhurst who was dreadful. And then last week, he was the one that gave what did he give? He gave something.
I'm sure somebody will remind us.
You know what I said last week? It was that linesman that gave us nothing, and then he gave us. Oh, he was the one for the sending off when what's his name grabbed hold of Wilf round the waist, and he gave because the referee wasn't going to blow up for it.
Yeah,
he gave the foul, but that was that same linesman. So he seems to do a lot of Palace games. It's quite bizarre. I mean, that's at least 4 that I know of, and that's without me even looking for all the stats and everything to see well, you know, how many more games he's done for us. So
okay, well, Jesse Mills said, "I see Crouch scratching Sacco's eyes out." Stephen R said Bayo was nasty too. They're right back. So just finishing off on the game, Crystal Palace before yesterday's meeting had won 6 of the 9 Premier League meetings against the Potters. Drawn 1, lost 2. Against no side had they won more in that competition. 3 of Crystal Palace's Premier League wins against Stoke have been against matches where they had trailed. That's interesting because they trailed again yesterday. Stoke were without a win in their last 12 league games, drawn 7, lost 5. Their longest current winless run in English Football League. Okay, and the Eagles have kept a clean sheet in each of their last 2 Premier League games. But worthy of note, I think. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Did Yannick score a hat-trick against him? Did he a couple of years ago?
Was it?
Sure, because last season was the Chung.
No, that was Sunderland, wasn't it?
Last season was the Chung Lee.
It was Sunderland.
Last season was. I don't know. I'm sure I remember.
Girls and boys, you know the drill. Carl Davies, get on there. Who did Yannick score?
Last year was Chung Lee, wasn't it? The screamer from outside the edge of the area.
But who did Yannick score the hat-trick again? My bet was it was Sunderland. Jill thinks it was Stoke City. Good evening, Michael Middleton. He says, sorry, guys, I'm late. Been in the hot tub. We are staying up. How great does that feel? No, Sunderland is the answer.
Did we beat Stoke at home, or did we draw? I know Shaqiri scored.
There you go, guys.
So ask the Army again.
Yeah, while we're waiting for that to come through, last thing I want to touch on from yesterday, Patrick Van Aanholt's tweet. Normally, I like to celebrate when I score, but I'd like to apologise to the Stoke City and their fans. I wish my goal didn't relegate you. You'll be back soon. Great club with great fans. Somebody else made the point earlier about their supporters that while some of them some of their players were dirty little bastards yesterday, as we saw, I think because of their vocal power, they are quite a well-supported team. Would you know? That's the only reason I'll miss them out of the Premier League, is that they are quite vocal, same as the Palace fans. No?
Yes. No, no, not at all, not at all. So I'm reading all the comments and stuff. It was 2 years ago, and it was against Sunderland. But I'm sure that must be Wilfred that scored a couple of 2 or 3 goals against them. I can't remember. But anyway, completely. That's by the by. I know we have. So we've got to be up there. They've got to be almost like our rabbit, haven't they? Stoke.
Well, I mean, what did I just read out a minute ago?
4 to 6 points a season.
What did I just read out a second ago? 7 out of the last 9 games we've beaten them, drawn 1 and lost 1.
Do you know what? Lee Gilbert's just put a tweet out, put a thing up in the comments, and he said, "Jill, we beat Stoke at home. You was at the game with me."
Don't.
Sorry, Lee.
Okay.
I'll just remember. I know I was saying something about Shaqiri. Don't let him run it. Don't let him run it out of defence or whatever. And I remember him running out of defence and scoring a screamer in the bottom corner. So, but anyway,
right. Questions from the audience. Okay, I am now ready to take your questions. But before we start getting into the questions, Jill. Okay, I would like your opinion, please. Looking at the bottom 3, bottom 4, bottom 5, who is going down? Huddersfield, Southampton, Swansea, West Brom, Stoke City. Well, we know Stoke City have already gone. Who are your next 2?
Well, West Brom will not escape. I don't care. I think that the loser out of the game, I think, is it Tuesday? I think it's Swansea, Southampton?
No, I think
Tuesday?
It's Tuesday or Wednesday anyway. Certainly one game in the week.
Whoever loses that game goes down. That's what I reckon. So
West Brom have got 1 left against Palace. Stoke have got Swansea. Southampton are out of it. Huddersfield have still got to play Arsenal away. How did Huddersfield get on today? Somebody let me know.
0-0. City.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that in that case, then that listen up to 36 points with Southampton on 33 and Swansea on 33. So it's got to be one of those 2, isn't it? It must be. Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, so people were going telling me about
thanks, Michael.
Lassie scored a hat-trick away to Sunderland, so that's what it was. And then Simon said, "Will Wilf leave this summer, Jill?" And no, I don't think he will. I think he's the proverbial big fish, but in a small pond. But not only is he there, is that he's loved here. He's loved here. So. Neil Lyon said he would rather Southampton go as he'd want Redmond and Austin. Well, the thing about Southampton is they've got about £1 billion quid in the bank because Liverpool spend 50, 60 million a year with them, don't they? If not more. So they can afford to go down. I mean, they've had 75 million off them this year for a centre back. You know, they're always good for 30 to 50 million quid a year. So they don't really need the money. That, you know, they're not worried about going down. But if they did. Who's their goalkeeper? I know it's Alex McCarthy, but who's the other one? They've got another decent goalkeeper.
Did I ever get an answer out of you about who's going down with Stoke?
Foster. I'd like Foster. No, Foster's West Brom, I think. But I'd like to. There's a couple of decent goalkeepers about. And Carl said that Austin definitely won't be leaving the Saints. So.
Okay, and Grant Saunders is asking the question. How about a live broadcast immediately after the match on Sunday? Well, John Ellicott, you're watching. Do you want me to do a 2-minute live from outside the stadium? Because I couldn't do, had the game been on Saturday, I couldn't have done it. But as the game is on Sunday, can somebody let me know what time kickoff is? As I've got the day wrong, can somebody let me know what time kickoff is on Sunday? Because that would be useful as well. So I actually
I think they're all 3 p.m.
Are they? Okay. Well,
I'm sure that's what it was last year. They're all 3 p.m. on Sunday.
Right,
so
okay.
You should not remember the last game of a couple of seasons ago when the referee blew the whistle at Sunderland when Man United thought they won the league, and City scored twice in the last 3 minutes, didn't they?
Did they?
They had Fergie time. City had Fergie time, and then Aguero scored. Do you remember? So they're all 3 p.m.
Listen, you just brought the subject of Fergie up, okay?
Yes,
I think
very sad.
I think it's very important that we say publicly, okay, for whatever we think about a couple of cup finals and everything else, and all the Fergie time nonsense and everything else, we wish him, on behalf of Red and Blue News and every single person out there, I would hope, okay, a speedy recovery. The I was watching some statistics being read out in the news early on about survival rates when this sort of bleed on the brain, and it's not great. Okay, so wish you well. Simon says, I'm joining you on Sunday. That's okay, Jordan. Come and find me after the game. You come. We'll do 5 minutes live on there. I'll be quite happy to do so. Then I'll race home and Joe and I do a review in the evening. Right. You never did answer the question. Would you answer the question, please? Who's going down? Who's going down with Stoke City?
West Brom, Stoke, and
Swansea or Southampton?
I think Southampton will have too much up front for Swansea, so I'm saying Swansea go down.
Well, Southampton are away home to Man City.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I'm sure that the Southampton, like they're playing Swansea on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I think whoever loses that game goes down.
Okay.
I think Southampton will have too much for Swansea on Tuesday, and I think that'll be it.
Evening, Wayne. Thank you for joining us. Better late than never, mate. It's nice to see you. Okay, questions. Questions from the audience. Let's start with Jess. Jess says, "How much do you think Parish will spend in the summer?"
I don't know.
Well, I think a lot of that will depend on how much of our wage bill we release with the Johan situation and so on and so forth. What do you think? Go on.
I think we're going to lose 5 to 7 players out of this squad, including Ben Secchi, I think, to release funds to be able to buy RLC. I'm hope. I think Ward will be off.
Right.
And I think we will probably buy Fosu-Mensah.
Really?
I think in the past, yeah, why not? Well, because if we don't buy another one, then we've only got how old's Kelly? He's 29 now, and he's 30.
Yep.
You know, he's always sort of Kelly was third choice.
Well, I was going to come on.
Is Fosu-Mensah, is he injured? Fosu-Mensah?
No, I don't think he was injured. And
okay, so he's not injured. So that means we've got Kelly as a right back, Fosu-Mensah, who wasn't probably in the squad, and also Bissaka. So, you know, we've gone from having Ward, you know, on his own to having 3 left backs, 3 right backs, lacking a little bit in the centre backs, as you know. So Ian's saying Kelly's 28. So then and Simon Crebbin's saying don't let punching come back.
Yeah, what do we do? What happens to him in the summer?
Well, he goes and plays for his team, doesn't he? One of their own. Goes to Millwall, surely. Yeah, I had this conversation earlier with Danny, and we were saying at the beginning of the season, you know, we were sort of joking about why we were struggling. I said, well, it was like 13 versus 9. NSC was having a mare. Puncheon was having a mare. You know, so we was up against it from the very start.
Yeah.
Listen, it's great. It's great having a midfielder who breaks up play, but not when he's on your side.
Okay, well,
so you know, I'm sorry. I said it for ages. I've never hidden from the fact that I thought Puncheon was not suited to our style of play because he holds the ball up. So for me, there's no way in a million years he's a first team player.
Okay. Simon Pizzi has said Timothy Fosu-Mensah, no. And by the way, Simon, congratulations on your debut on the other side the other day. And by the way, you're late because it's 8:05 and you should be on the other page.
Stephen Arms, he said we've got to keep we're going to keep him. Got to keep Punch. Tell me what he's done in the last 3 seasons. All right, tell me how many goals he scored. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll put his stats up against the player who was keeping out the team in MacArthur. All right, we'll put them stats up. It just don't even compete. So listen, I don't want to get into an argument with people about certain players, but you know, if Chung Lee isn't, you know, he was gutted that he didn't go to Bolton, so I think that will probably happen for him. And I think Punch will, if he stays, he'll just be he'll be the cup player. That will be it.
Okay.
I think we've got. I think Cabaye. I don't know about Cabaye. I'm sort of 1 minute I want him. I think he's done, and the next minute he comes out and he has
A blinder.
has a fantastic game. But he is a 60 minute player now, which is which can we have a flair 60-minute player? I suppose we can.
I want to ask you,
but we need the back. We need the backup. So, but whether also at the money that he gets, whether we can get two 22-year-olds in, So it's. I'm
going to ask you a question, okay? Because Joel Ward went off injured. For two questions, one player. Were you surprised that Martin Kelly came on instead of Wan-Bissaka? And number two, are we now done? Have we seen the last of Joel Ward?
Hang on a second. Stephen I said, sorry, you're right, Joe, was wrong. Definitely Jimmy Mack over Punch. So, yeah, I read that the other way. Then I was like, I better get my boxing gloves on then. No, I mean, retrospectively, I was like, why is he bringing on Kelly instead of Aaron Bissaka? And then Kelly has a stormer. So, and like I said, I've always said this as well. Kelly's never really let us down. I can't think of time. He has really had an absolute nightmare. He's a solid player. And he's a solid squad player as well. So I'm really, really pleased. That it works out for him. Graham O'Neill's just come up and said Delaney, Ward, Punch. Hang on, Delaney, Ward, Chung, Much, Punch, Williams. I won't argue with any of those. Like I say, we're taking the sentiment out of it.
And we are digging into a show that we're going to do post-season as well, because the reality is we can speculate all we like. The reality is at the moment we don't know. But I actually heard sometime this week that they were about to open, or they had opened negotiations with Cabaye. But we'll have to see. Right, I want to go back to a couple of bits we spoke about earlier. Manager, new contracts or no new contracts?
What, did he only sign for the year?
No, I think he signed
a 2-year deal.
He did have a 2-year deal, but that means he's now into his last year, approaching his last year of his deal.
Right, but so he's the manager for next year. So let's manage him next year, and then what you see. This is the thing, right, with football is rather than go, right, we'll give him an extra 3 years, which will make him 74, 75, something like that. Let's give it so that everyone's comfortable, as in he's got the contract for next year, so he's our manager for at least a year. If it all goes brilliant, then we can give him another year. We can just make it a rolling contract with with the right money for him, with solid backing. I mean, it's, if things don't work out, then it's it's an easy. I mean, if he hasn't earned his money in football now, he never is going to earn it, is he? Let's be honest. So
okay. So what about now?
I would be massive. I'd be massively happy with him at our place next year. And I think he commands a little bit of respect within football as well. And it's nice for us to have someone who's not despised in football.
Okay.
People never like Pulis. I never liked him. But no, people never liked Pardew.
Fat Sam.
Yeah, people never liked Fat Sam. Same as what it is now. He come. We had certain. People come in, do a job. It never works out for Pardew, unfortunately. But anyway, we've been through a few managers. Parish has been through a few managers.
Right, I've got to stop you. I've got to stop you. I've got some more questions for you. Okay. Right. Okay. This is for one particular person out there, Chris Brandrick. When is Nick going to lose the clipboard iPad when he's doing his player predictions? I'm going to do the player predictions, Chris, for you, hands-free, on Thursday, okay? Sorry about... we never covered that off, did we? The Philpott player predictions will be back as normal this week, by the way. Thank you for the team that stepped me up to the plate. I thought it was really quite amusing watching the four boys that have a go at it. Joe Joe Holyoake standing outside a brothel in Bromley somewhere saying...
Barbers. It was a Barbers.
Yeah, of course it was. Same team as last week. John Ellicott...
Sorry, was it? Hang on, no. Was it the same team as last week?
Yes, it was.
So, no frills, mate.
No.
Same team as last week. Less words is better.
So you're no frills to John Ellicott's 2.5 minutes, where even the normal play position is only about a minute and 10 seconds or something like that. So John Ellicott, why use one word when you can use 56? Okay. Right. Okay. I just want, again, because the stat was flying about during the week with reference to the two centre backs, Tompkins and Sacco playing in front of Wayne Hennessy. The question is, Dean Kiley and Stephen Reid, what difference have they made to that centre-back pairing and the goalkeeper?
Well, I don't know what Reid is doing within the team, but obviously whatever he's doing right. Dean Kiley he was always a decent goalkeeper, wasn't he? Yeah. So even though he played with that mob down the road, but he was always a very good. I didn't realise how big he is.
Who?
I was watching him.
Wayne.
Kiley.
Oh, Kiley.
Oh, Wayne. Dean Kiley. Yeah, but I just realised I used to play cards with his son. His son's a good card player. Goes to Vegas quite a lot. But anyway, Like I said, the thing is, when you get people coming in and know their business, and you're willing to listen, you can only get better. And the fact is that NSE has got better, without a shadow of a doubt. He's got better. And the other thing about the pairing, the centre back pairing, is they're comfortable together, and you can see now why. Apart from sometimes when he's just almost too cool for school, with Sacco, just some of the balls that he likes to play, he's used to playing with players with more of an assured touch. So when he used to pass it back to the Liverpool goalkeepers, he was expecting them to make it, not stuck on his heels. But NSE got him out the Stoke the other day, and a couple of times he's got himself out with good large-dish tackles. So you can see now why we're paying him the money, and having those two there, they have been good. And
our win percentage is massively increased with them on there. Russell Baker just said on their PVA, we worked our bollocks off. Enough said, mate. We covered that off earlier before you joined us. Over 7,500 views on Twitter. It's putting the Red and Blue News page out there, which is exactly the intention. So get sharing, everybody. Red and Blue News. If you haven't followed us, please follow us and share on all your Palace pages, Red and Blue News. Keith Deacons is asking, transfer dealings need to be done early so we don't start 3 to 4 games in.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not with the World Cup. I mean, you're going to get players go out to the World Cup, get cropped, and we've done our plums on them. Not going to happen, mate, I'm afraid. This is going to be probably one of the... You are right, Kel. Definitely, Stephen Reid's good for Palace.
Yeah, I agree, Kel.
I think you'll find that that everything will be late again this year, but late for a reason, right? I definitely believe that. There's no way we're going to start paying between 10 to 20 million pound on players that are going to be that could get cropped going out to the World Cup. And yes, Stephen, as good as Andy Thorne and Eric Young.
Most of the people out there won't even know who Andy Thorne and Eric Young are. The Ninja are. Ninja.
Mate, mate.
My time. I've got to ask a question. Now we are. Any idea what the time is? I can't see the time. We are.
It's 8:15.
It's 8:15. I just don't understand why our figures are going up when the other lot are live on air. Thank you very much to all of you. We went down to 57 viewers a minute ago. We're back over 60. So they go on air and our figures go up. How does that work? But there you go. Thank you very much to everybody that's joining us. Okay, we really appreciate it. Anything you want to talk about? Now's the time. I don't know what the link is that Ben just put up. You think you'd ask me? Oh, Player of the Year poll is up on our Facebook page. And from what I saw earlier on, Luca was stonking it. What's your thoughts out there? Player of the season, please, guys. Your thoughts.
Me.
Yeah,
me.
And you can go as well now.
Jimmy Mack. Jimmy Mack, Super Les, for me.
Have you voted?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if you wanted my, but there's a lot of people saying that the deadline transfer ends before the season starts. So,
oh, sorry, Matt Millers. You said they aren't on tonight. Apparently, a whole radio. I thought they were, but podcast only. So, are you saying, Matt? The only reason I don't believe that for a minute, but Matt, are you only saying that you're only here because they're not on? They're not on live. Is that what you're saying? Okay, because I think I'm going to call you out if that's the case. But thanks for joining us anyway. You're very welcome on here. Love having you here. John Locks is saying Luca. Chris White is saying Wilf. Richard Kingdon's saying Luca. Aaron's saying it's got to be Wilf. Haven't picked up a point without him. And Stephen agrees with you, Jimmy Mack. And Glenn Fossey saying Tompkins. Kel saying Luca. Great. Yeah, I think a word is worth going out talking about Luca and his captainship. Did you think?
Yes. I will be coming, Paul. That's a given, mate. I'll be there. Listen, there's loads of players. Do you know what? I think what we've had in the last 2 months is we've got the players that, not the players that matter, but all the players are going in the right direction. They're all obviously the team spirit is up there. I mean, as much as I dislike him now, but after that Benteke penalty, and the way that the whole team came over, and it's hard to pick out one. I mean, like you say, you can turn around and say Wilf. Wilf's always there. I mean, Wilf is Wilf. For us, he's just brilliant all the time. If Wilf don't play, then the team don't really play. You can see, there was always a saying that one man doesn't make a team.
Well, I'm afraid he does.
As done with our side. But then you can say about Luca. Luca's been just massive for us. But then you stick MacArthur with Luca, and then Cabaye sitting there as that central three. Do you remember when we tried to play that 4-4-1-1-1 or whatever we were playing?
Yeah.
Now we're playing this 4-4-2, but it's almost like we've got 3 centre, but we're not getting overrun in the middle now, are we?
No.
Teams were bursting through and just smashing us through the middle. That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen.
And I think Loftus-Cheek's got to be held up for a little bit. And I just want to point out what Michael Kwan said. He agreed with you about Macca. He said Macca is Jesus with a haircut. Right, Carl Davies, ladies and gentlemen, will be joining me in 5 minutes. Carl, if you're there, make sure I can see you, please, okay? Because I'd like.
Comb your hair, brush your teeth.
No. Put the baseball cap on the right way, you donut. Nobody's mentioned. Jordan just said nobody's mentioned Benteke. I think that was over you, Jill.
Well, funny enough, Paul Glance has just mentioned Benteke. Just as you said that.
Yeah.
It's just he's one season he does it. I don't know why he's not done it. Honestly, don't know why he's not done it. But like I said, I think we're playing a different style of football. I think that the big kick up to him to hold it. I think we've moved on. What was I watching? I was watching something last night. Might have been Sky. Yeah, it was Sky, where Thierry Henry said that we've evolved. We're not moving on to the next step. We're just evolving. And I think that's huge for the club, because if we can keep the majority of those players that have been playing for the last 3 weeks, if we can keep that, and I agree, Jesse, about Townsend being very decent under Roy.
He's going under the radar a little bit, isn't he? You're right.
Yeah. And like I said, I think if we can bring some youth in as well to take our wages down, that will allow us to compete again by buying the odd special player again. I think I'd like to see 2, 3 or 4 of those kids be given squad numbers, in the 25 and play. and be not just a sub going up and having a little bit of experience sitting on a coach of Wilf. I'm talking about playing a game with Wilf. You know, if it's all going six up and we're, 3-4 down like we were against Arsenal in 20 minutes, get a kid on. Yeah, get a kid on. Listen, stranger things have happened at sea. So, but and again, Ian Waghorn turned around and said Townsend has been brilliant. He's been unsung.
I can't disagree with you, Ian. You're right.
But there were times before where he was involved in, and I've said it, he was involved in 5 minutes of the game. He was probably our Shaqiri,
Yeah.
And now look at him. He's involved. He probably is as involved as much as Wilf.
And I think the boys are discussing on their gel that we need some more goals from Townsend, and I think that will come. He's again one of our confidence players, and it will come. I think
someone has to set him up, and if he's setting them up, I don't care. Listen, as long as we're scoring goals, it doesn't have to be like we had the 5 different scorers against Leicester. We've got a left back who's got 4 or 5 goals. We've got a centre midfielder who's missed a third of the season, who's got 5 goals. We've got Wilf, who's got no end product, who's scored 4 in 4 or 4 in 5 now. Yeah. It's just we've started scoring goals again. Not only have we started scoring goals, but like I said, the attacking intent. We are a massive threat now to other teams. Whereas I think whereas teams like Huddersfield, this smash Wilf, Huddersfield and Watford, they just go, let's smash Wilf up in the air after he's done, but then they've got to smash Loftus-Cheek up in the air, and they've got to smash Luca up in the air. It ain't happening. Yeah. It ain't happening anymore, and that's what I like as well, is we've got that little bit of Serbian toughness, with a tough Scotsman in there as well. Oh, you kick them, they're going to kick you. You push them, they're going to push you. Yeah. Have you noticed any time any of our players are being pushed about and grabbed? Who's first on the scene?
Luca,
straight in there.
Straight in there, mate.
I tell you, he's a bouncer.
Ladies and gentlemen,
he is.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you have been on-field security.
He is. You have been watching the wonderful, the talented, and dare I say, no, I was going to say handsome, but I'll change that. The brilliant Gel Holyoke. He's been with me all evening. Can you believe this is our penultimate...
Carl, get in. Stop this waffle.
Listen, hang on a minute. This is our penultimate live review show of the season. I couldn't have done this, and I don't want to do this without Gel on as my wingman. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say goodnight to Gel, but and bring Carl on. But please, everybody, put your comments in there. Tell everybody, they're already coming through. King Gel, round of applause is already on there from Aaron. That's what they think of you, mate. I love having you on here, man. I don't want to do without you. I wish you a happy evening, and I'll probably talk to you during the day tomorrow, yeah? Carl, as soon as Gel clears, I'm coming to get you. Cheers, buddy. You take care.
Good night, everyone. See you later.
Cheers, mate. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about your comments while I'm waiting to bring my man on, okay? And I'm just trying to find him on here now, because he's disappeared again. Can you please... Hang on, there he is. No, wrong one. Can you please... Oh, I hate this machine. Carl Davies, I'm trying to get you. There he is. Carl, I'm coming to get you now, mate. Can you please make sure you put all your comments, anything you want us to do with this show, don't forget, this is your show. Put them in the comments. I'm reading them. And I promise you, after the show, I will read every one of them. Look out. He's got his hair out, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's a scary sight. But please put your comments on there. What would you like us to do with this show? Anything you want us to discuss, I don't mind. This is your show. We're just a couple of Palace fans, 2 or 3 Palace fans, like you would be in a pub, having a chat. That's what we pride ourselves on. So this is not about me. It's not about Gel. And it's not about my man sitting here right now. Please tell us what you want. Put them in there. Lee Gilbert has just said, Gel makes the show. Gel for manager. I'll probably agree with him. Ladies and gentlemen, if those of you have not met him before, can I introduce you to the wonderfully talented Carl Davies, or Carl Babs as he's known on Twitter. Carl, hello mate, how are you?
Very good, kind sir, very good.
Jolly good. And which game did you go to see today?
I went to watch my little non-league team, Hampton and Richmond. They're in the playoff semis. And over in Chelmsford, cheeky little 1-0 victory, having been battered in the first half. So this is one hell of a good weekend.
Wow. Well, as I'm talking to you now, I'm watching the Barcelona-Real Madrid game. I'm surprised you're not out there.
What are you watching that for? This is what you want to be watching.
What are you watching, man?
Roma. The Giallorossi. The 1-0 up.
So I'm surprised you blessed us with your company. I
tell you what, I was so desperate to try and get out to that one. You just literally couldn't get a flight back.
Oh, really?
Flight back. Little Sardinia.
Cool. So, and what else have you been doing with the warm weather?
Sitting in a car.
Oh, really? Horrible, isn't it?
Yeah,
mine.
Honestly,
but ladies and gentlemen, his car, mine would be some, I don't know, some beaten up old Ford Fiesta. His would probably be a Bentley or a Lamborghini. What is it?
Hey, BMW, 100,000 miles on it. So there's nothing too classy, I can assure you.
Right, talk me through your day yesterday. Did you drive up? Did you drive up?
Drive up. Absolute great day. I think let's start with the Palace fans. Wasn't lost on me when I heard the attendance of the away fans up at Goodison. So we took 3,000 fans to a 12:30 kickoff on a bank holiday weekend for a game on TV.
Great
and
shout.
boy did we have a party. It was very vociferous, great support, full of colour. Just to compare that, Southampton were on TV. They had the 5:30 kickoff. I think it's fair to say their game was far more important than our game that we had against Stoke. They took 1,000. So that's one.
Really?
It took 1,000. They had £10 tickets. Virgin had funded their tickets, and they had free coach travel. I'm not having a dig at Southampton. It's just a real great credit. The club took the extra allocation at Stoke. We sold out. It was brilliant.
I'm actually a little bit sorry now that I missed it. John Knox is saying good evening to you. Michael Middleton is saying good evening to you. If you can't see, Dean O'Hara saying hello to you. Yeah, see, you've got yourself a regular spot. You've got yourself a regular spot on it. They all love you. Okay, and first half performance.
Yeah, it was. You could tell from literally the first 5 minutes that Royd set out to frustrate Stoke, and we took every moment we could. We took our time. We didn't look to push forward. And I looked over about 3 or 4 times to the left-hand side, and Van Arnold just didn't move forward. They'd obviously decided they were going to keep their shape and absolutely frustrate the living daylights out of Stoke, knowing at some stage Stoke would have to bomb on and go forward, which would create the gaps for a Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Zaha and Townsend to run into. As it happens, obviously we know it's a little bit fluky, the free kick. It's a stupid foul to give away by Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It's about really the only mistake he made through the whole game, or from, I haven't had a chance to watch it back, but watching it seemed like the only mistake he made through the whole game. And it looks like it from where I was. It looked like the free kick was disappearing straight down Hennessy's throat when it flicks off of somebody's head and flies into the corner. But no stage did it. They're literally you sat behind the stand. Nobody sat there going, "Oh, that's us done." Just honestly thought we had it about us the whole time to just absolutely go at them.
Michael Middleton's asking, was it a foul? I presume you're talking about the one on Shaqiri.
Yeah, it's a foul. It's a foul. Rubes has been a silly. If you put your hand on him, you're asking for danger. If he's properly pushed him over, it's a different matter altogether. But he shouldn't be cutting in there. Then he's got slightly on the wrong side of him. He's put his hand on him. You don't want to be doing that.
No, I absolutely agree. Was there any? Somebody asked me a question earlier on. It was Benteke came on for Kabay. Yeah. Did you see any petulance from Kabay when he went off?
No, he about 10 minutes beforehand. He looked over at the bench and he was pointing down. So I'm assuming he was pointing down to say he was down injured, wasn't he, in the first half, and it looked like there was a decent chance he was coming off. And I must admit, I wondered if we'd see him in the second half come out. But I don't know, probably on about 55, 60, he was pointing down at his, I think it was his right calf or his right leg anyway. So I don't know if that was in signal. But no, I didn't see any petulance at all. He's a mardy little git. I don't think there's any doubt about that. He's a nasty little piece of work as well. It's all right when he's your nasty piece of work. But yeah, I'm from everything I've heard about him, he's an absolute little bit of a perfectionist, and he's a little bit stroppy and all of that. So I didn't see any of it.
Cool. Okay. Ian Cost is saying first half we were not good. Second half we were much better when Benteke came on. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, look, I'm a bit of a Benteke fan, but I don't think it was anything to do with Benteke that we suddenly improved. I think we'd improved long before Benteke come on. It was the natural bit of the game opening up. Zaha was just dropping into that gap, but between the two centre backs and their two centre midfielders. They also lost their outlet in Crouch. I mean, it was you can love him or hate him, but they were just able to bypass the midfield and hit him. The moment he went off, they couldn't, and our midfield just absolutely ran it from there on in. And I think the goals were coming before Benteke had entered the field of play. In my mind, it was we were just on top. We were starting to control the ball and look after it a lot better.
Well, they did seem to melt a little bit after our first goal went in. They did seem to melt a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, I think again we chatted about it when you said the predictions back in this time last week, and I said, look, I can take it, can play it back. I said 2-1 Palace. I didn't think it'd ever be a draw, and again we were chatting on the car on the way up there. If we went 1-0 up, or if we equalised, you had the feeling that all of the demons that's haunted them for the last 3 months would all kick in, and they just they're a shadow of the team. I mean, it's to think how far we've come that when we got promoted, you'd look up and go, you know what, if we could be a little bit like Stoke, cement ourselves in the Premier League. They looked an absolute bag of nerves, but they weren't. There's a lot of money spent on players in there, and there's a lot of Premier League experience. Shawcross, Joe Allen, etc., but nobody could control the game. We controlled it. Luca controlled it. Luca had a wonderful game.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in case those that you didn't know, I'm changing the subject in a minute. I'll come back to the game because you might have seen the message from your mates. Okay, your mates touched you up a little bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
I haven't seen. I've got no notes coming through. I've got no messages coming through.
Okay, right. Okay, so the kit launch this week, I understand, is on Wednesday evening at Box Park in Croydon. Yeah, is that right? Question is, somebody's asked me the question, and I'll leave you to work out who it was. Any news on the kit, Ben? Carl?
Yeah, you might give me the answer away then. Is that Freudian? We're going for a Lidl own label range.
Don't take my gags. I did. I think I did Aldi last week. Don't take my gags.
Yeah. We wait and see. I reckon it'll be a red and blue home kit. Can't do a lot of stripes.
Really? We're going to go red and blue home kit this year, are we? He's not giving anything away, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll tell you what, if it turns out it's red and blue hoops, I'm chucking my season ticket in.
Okay. What's the best way to get... I'll just ask the team in our private chat. Any further questions for you? And one came in, what's the best way to get from Cambridge Circus to Victoria?
Oh, yeah. Literally, straight down to the Strand, cut round by the side of Buck House, spin around the back, and then drop onto the embankment.
Okay, and you've also been congratulated on your reviews. And you've been congratulated on your reviews. Those of you who haven't seen them, go onto the Red and Blue News page. Somebody not sitting a million miles from me has been working really hard. So far, you've done Hennessy, Benteke...
Fosu-Mensah. I've done Liverpool's favourite, Gyro. He's always popular on a Thursday up there. Who else has done? It's a gag. Sunday gag. What else have I done? Oh, Tompkins, of course. I'm going to do Sacco. Sacco up tomorrow.
So you've been congratulated on them. Keep them coming. They are
Thank you.
A load of knowledge on there. So please take that as the way it's meant. They're really good.
I've got to say, Nick, as well, the debate's good afterwards. The debate that follows up underneath, because that's my opinion. I don't mean it's right by any stretch of imagination. It's just my opinion. It's great seeing the other stuff, the other bits come back. And I mean, I'll do Sacco tomorrow, and I'm expecting a little bit of people going, no, I think you're wrong on some bits.
Good. And that's what this is about. This is not, like I said earlier, it's not my show. This is it, interaction with you. Is Carl going to do a review on Hodgson in his profiles?
Yeah, I think I have to. Got to save him to last, haven't I?
I think that would be right. I've got a question. Sorry, go on, carry on.
No, I was going to say I don't think I've said this on here. I put it a little bit a while ago on Twitter, or when he first came in. I went over to the England-Brazil game the year before the World Cup. They were playing in Rio. I tell you what, it was the week after we beat Watford in the playoff final.
Yeah.
And I went over with a load of lads, and we were playing football on Copacabana Beach, as one does. And walks along the side is Roy Hodgson. So I shout, Roy, don't rule us out. Have a look. And he shouted back up, don't give up your day job. That's Roy.
Good lad.
Roy.
Good lad. What was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you something else. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, so covered off Box Park. Yeah, primary perhaps. What does primary mean? Ian Costa says primary perhaps. Is that a brand?
Primani.
He says it's primary. Okay, yeah. It actually says primary. Okay. Right, I have a question for you. Take sentiment away. Speroni or no Speroni this Sunday, sorry.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think the players will want it either. In fairness, look, well, look, spin it right through. It could mean it's a game that's bloody important to West Brom and important, therefore, to everybody else down the bottom. I don't think you can start playing around too much with the team without, a whole load of other managers going, "Hey, you let us down here." I think there's another bit of it all, which is I haven't looked properly at the league table, but I imagine we could probably finish somewhere between 14th and 10th.
Yeah, we can. I have got it here.
What's that? It's about £7 million.
Right.
So I do think he will. Well, I think we're seeing new right back in. I'm hoping we see Kirby in. I think
and a goalkeeper.
I think they're trying. I think they're trying to win the game. Try and get 1-0 up, 2-0 up, and then be able to put some players on. And I think I think it'd be that way around. Hey, if it is Speroni, I'd love it. But and if it's Speroni and we win, I'd love it even more. But I think there is a level of integrity to the competition if West Brom need to win to stay up. Number one, number two, there's a shed load of prize money available, and also I know for certain. I think all of the players are all on an extra bonus if they finish in the top 10, in the top half.
Okay.
And that's very achievable if we win, in light of who Newcastle have got to play.
And apparently we could finish as high as 9th if Leicester get smashed, apparently. John Knox is asking you, how far will England go in the World Cup?
Out the groups. I think they get out the groups. I think that puts them by rights in the last 16 against Poland in Moscow. If it plays out how you'd imagine it to play out to, i.e. we finish second, I think it's in the quarters we run into either Brazil or Germany. So I think the quarter I'd take out in the quarters, having done ourselves proud by playing well and entertaining. I don't think there's any shame going out to Germany or Brazil. I think there'd be a hell of a load of shame if we're knocked out the group stages and Panama go through with Tunisia. Okay,
and just so I know for the listeners, at your player reviews, who's coming up this week?
I've got Sacco. I've got Sacco next. I've got Townsend to then do after that. I'm in a hotel room on Tuesday night, so I'm going to probably try and do 2 or 3 on Tuesday night, then put them up a few days after. But I'll have Sacco up tomorrow morning.
Okay, so going back to people right now picked up what I said about Speroni. Chris White saying. Play Speroni for the farewell game. You disagree. Ian Costa up north saying, bring Jules on for the last 10 minutes if we're winning. That's it.
Yeah, love that. Love the thought of that. 2-0 up. No in our luck, wouldn't it? No in our luck. You bring him on. The Holmesdale's giving him the big old cheer. He's getting out. He pulls his hamstring or gets sent off or something. We'll end up finishing the game with a Wan-Bissaka in goal or something.
Wan-Bissaka in goal. Any questions out there from the wonderful Carl Davies? He's joining us most weekends as we speak. While I'm waiting for those to come through, please get onto our Twitter page at Red and Blue News 1. Give us a follow. We are going to be on air on Sunday evening, I presume, following the last game of the season against West Brom. We're also going to be doing a transfer deadline show, maybe an ordinary transfer window show in mid-time. And Carl, please tell them about Russia.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video diary. So I'll do a constant theme. And I'll do a little bit of updates on the page, but I'll do a video diary that I post up. We've probably all got a little bit of a nervousness of me trying to join a show live from over in Russia is probably destined for doomed with being able to hold Wi-Fi. But we'll wait and see. I mean, if I get over there for the first week and turns out, like in the hotels they've got great Wi-Fi, maybe we can do something. But there'd definitely be a video diary with the aim that at the end we'll probably stitch it all together, and then there's something a little bit longer which we'll be able to tell the whole of the story. We've got best part of 40 of us going from Gdansk to Kaliningrad for the Belgium game. So the idea from that was I will stitch 3 or 4 things together, and I'll do some bits with some other. I'll be unique. I'll be sat there, and I'll try and find the equivalent of English gel who can do his bits on.
And you got to get yourself one of these.
Yeah, I know what's in that as well.
Right, Sir Les Fuller, Sir Les, of course.
Yeah.
Les, are you meeting me on Sunday, mate? Let me know. Carl, what's your best goal over the last 4 games? I presume you're talking.
Over the one that I'm gonna put the biggest smile on my face was Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So I know in there, I think probably in the last 4 we've had the Brighton game. So look, the Brighton game meant absolutely everything to me. But the goal that put the smile on my face was that Sacco pass. All of the class of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, just leaving that Charlton reject on his backside whilst he rolled it in. It just made it look so easy. So that's the one I've loved the most.
Okay. Mark Easton, hello, buddy. How are you? Any chance of getting Ruben Loftus-Cheek next season?
I think it'd be on loan if we manage it. I can't imagine Chelsea. He's a young kid, and they're relatively young. He's on a big long contract with them. I don't think they want to let him go. The way they structure their loan deals, they do very well out of them. They have a book value, and they earn more than the book value on the loan deal, and they get the more he plays, then they get into his value goes up, and that's how it's built into the loan fee. I just reckon they'll look to loan him out. I don't think unless he's going to force something, I don't see us being able to chuck up the type of money that would make it really interesting for Chelsea. A bit like Bournemouth did with Aki. I don't think they wanted to I know for certain they didn't really want to let Aki go, but it was such a chunk of change. They thought, you know what, actually that's good business sense, so they sold him. I can't see us doing that with Loftus-Cheek. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm hoping at least he's at Selhurst next year, even if it's on loan for another year.
Chris Watt tends to agree with you. He just said no way Chelsea will sell, and I think he's probably right. It'll only be a loan. More chance of getting Babiarco, says Simon Cribbin in Canada. Before we move on, Jordan, as you can see from the message above, I'll be meeting Sir Les at 1:30 outside the fan zone. Mate, it'd be great to meet you if you're there. Come and say hello. Ben Allen saying hello to Chris. But your name's... What's he talking about? I think he's on drugs. He's on drugs.
He's had the sun. That's what it is. Been drinking. It's all that sun.
That's what it is. So tell me, what's your movements for this week before we wrap up?
I'm heading up north. I've got I've taken slightly bigger job at work, and so it's taken me up to Nottingham a fair chunk. So I've got Nottingham and Manchester later this week. I've got a cheeky little non-league game on Tuesday, and I've got a couple of posh restaurants with the FA and with the National Football Museum on Wednesday and Thursday. So nothing overly glamorous.
So you won't be at Box Park for the launch? Why would you?
No,
because you're already freaking well know.
Get out of it. No, I haven't seen the kits. I haven't seen it. I just know who the manufacturer is. No, I haven't seen it.
No clues.
No clues. You know why I can't.
I know.
I hate being sued. I quite like the house.
Right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the wonderful Carl Davies. Thank you for joining me, mate. And I'll see you next Sunday, I hope.
Always a pleasure. I will try and get around. If I may, I'm assuming my little non-league team, as they made their playoff final, that's on Sunday. I'm assuming it's a 3:00 kickoff. If that's the case, then I'll be at Selhurst nice and early. If by any chance my non-league team have decided to kick off at 12:30, I'm going to try to see if I can do both games.
Mate, well, you know that I'm going to be out. I'm going to be in the fan zone at 1:30. So you and anybody else that's around on Sunday, come and say hello. It'll be great to see you, mate.
See ya.
Take care, buddy. Thank you for joining me. Take care.
Cheers. Bye.
While young Carl is clearing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up unless there's anything else from you. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl, you've gone sideways on me. I don't know why you're on sideways, but you have. Let me just see if I can bin you off. No. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Red and Blue Review. Thank you so much to Joel Holyoke, Carl Davies, Ben Allen in the background, Sean Feeney in the background, and of course, this wonderful page is run by John Ellicott. I love having you. I love doing the show. We've only got one more left of the main season, but obviously we're going to do a couple more. Thank you. I promise you, I will read every single one of them. So, and if there's something he's commenting on after the show, I will do that. Jordan, I've seen your message. I'll do just that, mate. On behalf of myself, Nick Philpott, and the rest of the team, thank you for watching Red and Blue. I'll see you again soon. And up the Palace.